Catholic bishops rejected it, but President Joe Biden still signs the Respect for Marriage Act. Religious freedom advocates believe that it will actually hurt the sanctity of marriage. White House correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
The White House scheduled a huge party on the South Lawn to celebrate the passage and signing of the bill. I asked about it yesterday in the briefing room.
What does the president say to religious organizations who fear they will now be targeted or discriminated against by the government for their beliefs in traditional marriage?
You know, on his first day in the White House, the president signed an executive order on preventing the combating discrimination against LGBTQI plus Americans. I say that because he has been so committed to this issue from the beginning of his administration. And when you look at this piece of legislation that has been passed, it actually addresses also the question that you're asking and takes that into account.
Meanwhile, this morning, President Joe Biden addressed inflation. Consumer prices rose 7.1% in November from a year ago, but still down from October.
In a world where inflation is rising at double digits in many major economies around the world, inflation is coming down in America.
And while he's optimistic for the future,
make no mistake, prices are still too high. We have a lot more work to do, but things are getting better, headed in the right direction.
the GOP has a much different assessment, tweeting, Joe Biden's economic policies are leaving too many families with less money in their pockets this holiday season. The Biden administration also highlighting its outreach to Africa, holding a 3-day leaders summit in Washington, D.C.
We are focused on working with the countries of Africa.
The White House says U.S. investments and partnerships on health in Africa have saved millions of lives. But those investments come at the expense of the unborn, because the White House credits family planning money with averting 4.7 million unintended pregnancies, another way of describing abortions in Africa. Overall, the Biden administration says it has spent nearly $20 billion for health programs in Africa, including on what they refer to as advancing sexual and reproductive health and rights. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.